Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 186 for the 13th of November. My name's Sloan Kelly.
Yes. My name's Jodie Kelly.
And we're going to talk about things that we found of interest this week in the news.
Things that matter.
Things that, well, not really. We don't really talk about things that matter. We talk about entertainment and Marvel and things. Well, they matter to us, yeah.
They matter to you guys.
How was your week? Are you guys heading into winter?
Yeah. Well, no, we're not actually. It's been very mild.
We are.
Weather watch with the Kelly brothers. Very mild and not quite taps off, but it's November.
Not quite taps off. There you go.
And it's been. I'll tell you what happened today, though. We had a squirrel watch.
Squirrel. You don't get many squirrels around your place.
Well, we've not got a tree beside us, which is unusual. So the cat must have chased it up, and it was right at the, right in the eaves of the roof, like an overhang in the roof.
Yeah.
Right up at the top, kind of thing, right in there. And it would not come down. So I went and got my Nerf gun. Well, it's not mine. Technically, it's Danny's. But it is a Star Wars one. And I couldn't find any. It was, well, yeah. Well, it's a Stormtrooper one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So did I not show you it when you were over?
No, you didn't. No.
So when you fire it, it goes doo, doo, when it goes. Anyway, I couldn't find any bullets, so we just waited for a bit. And then
you just asked me. I've got to say that rifle there is actually pretty accurate. It doesn't have a rifle in it, but it's pretty accurate for a Nerf gun.
I've shot it.
Yep. Well, it was 27 degrees here last weekend. It is currently snowing.
Snowing, aye. I saw the picture, aye. Jeez, oh. That's it now. So how are you going to... What are you going to do this year for the old driveway? You've got your machine thing. Your
snowblower, yeah.
Snow blooterer.
Snow blooterer. I do need to fix it because the chute isn't working. So I need to get a bolt for the left hand side. It rattled itself free, so I need to fix that this year.
Your chute.
I need to do that. Yeah. I need to do that pretty sharpish. It's going to be raining, I think, for the next couple of weeks. But it certainly, this is the first sort of kick of the can winter weather wise.
Yeah, we'll be following up that the shoot watch later next week.
Shoot watch.
Yeah, shoot watch.
Shall we? We've rambled enough. Shall we talk about? I'm not sure how long we've had that bumper, but I really like it.
I like it.
Sad news. We're going to start with Leslie Phillips, starred stage and screen.
Ding dong.
Also famous for saying ding dong. Not to be confused with Terry Thomas, who I always did when I was younger.
Aye, but Terry Thomas was more of a dastardly villain, wasn't he?
He was actually, well, bizarrely enough, that he became Dick Dastardly because the Hanna-Barbera saw The Magnificent Men and the Flying Machine starring Terry Thomas and ripped off him for Dick Dastardly. So he became Dick Dastardly.
Yeah.
But this is Leslie Phillips.
Leslie Phillips was more the sort of, our missus kind of...
Yeah, the kind of vaudevillian kind of thing. Seen here with a hat, which is not unironic because he did actually take part in Harry Potter movies. He was the Sorting Hat.
Oh, was he? Was that his character? All right, okay, I didn't know that. I knew he was. I knew
Slytherin.
People said he was in it, but I wasn't. I didn't know that.
He was a hat.
He was a hat. There you go. But he was in lots of. He was in Carry On films and things, wasn't he?
You know what they say? If you want to get ahead,
get a hat.
Get a hat. Yeah. So yeah, he was in Carry On films, and he was in. He's got a very interesting life. Have a look at his Wikipedia entry in his personal life. It's the stuff of crime novels. It's
you ever seen Brian Blessed's what he's done in his life?
No.
My God! By the way, that guy's climbed Everest and everything. He's like crazy bonkers.
Did he not do? I always like Brian Blessed because he's like larger than life.
Oh my goodness,
is that kind of guy. He's lost a bit of weight, obviously. Well, in fact, is he still alive? Actually, Brian Blessed.
Oh yeah.
Is he?
He did an interview with Oh God, what's the guy's name? Richard Herring. Right, there used to be Lee and Herring. Remember the double act that was back in the 90s? He does a kind of interview thing live on stage at Leicester Square Theatre, and he had Brian Blessed on, and he couldn't basically get a word in edgeways. Brian Blessed just did like a one-man show practically, and it was utterly hilarious.
Wow.
Brilliant. I recommend everybody to listen to it or
He
watch
also
it.
plays
if it's
a
on
he also
YouTube.
plays a Vulcan. Is it Vulcan in Flash Gordon?
Yeah. My God,
Flash.
it's not like it's to
alive!
do a tribute to Brian Blessed in the middle of a
Tribute to Leslie Phillips.
Yeah.
Anyway, Leslie Phillips sadly no longer with us.
Bless him.
Bless him. As is Kevin Conroy, who was the
Yeah.
voice of Batman for 3 decades.
That's quite amazing, isn't it?
He died cancer
Animated
at age
series.
66. Yeah. What's his name? Guy that plays Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
He said he was basically his brother from another mother, so he's going to miss him
that's
dearly
nice.
because obviously Batman and the Joker are two sides of the same coin,
That's right.
and I believe that they were very close when they were doing the recording. They
Aye.
obviously met themselves, met each other and stuff. So
That kind of reignited Mark Hamill's career a little bit, didn't it? Doing the voiceover work.
once again, let's not stick with the subject.
Good old Mark Hamill. I'm glad he's not dead. Mark, never die.
I'm assuming we'll talk about Harrison Ford when it becomes Mark Hamill's turn. Anyway,
no doubt.
no doubt.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It is a shame.
66.
Yeah, it's no age. It's
No,
not,
is it
not
really?
good.
No, that's not cool.
So, not so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
happy news?
well, yeah, sort of. Anne Hathaway, she turned 40. So she's done a couple of movies.
She's only 40.
She's only 40, I know, and she's done a whole bunch of movies. Les Mis, she's done that. She did all the Princess Diaries. Yeah, she did the Princess Diary movies. She did Ocean's 8 as well.
Was that the Sandra Bullock one?
Was that Sandra Bullock? Yeah, she was in
the all-female one.
Yeah, she was in that.
No,
as well, wasn't she?
She probably was.
Now you got me thinking. Yeah, she was in it. Yeah.
Oh, she was in that movie as well. About the when she went. Oh God, she was like an alcoholic, and when she's drunk and she had blackouts, and she couldn't remember what happened, but she embodied this giant that terrorized Japan. It sounds like a crazy.
What are you smoking?
It's called Colossal, I think it's called.
Colossal?
And it's a great film. Yeah.
Colossal. There you go. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Anne Hathaway. Jason Sudeikis.
Yep.
Dan Stevens.
Oh yeah.
Huh? Well, there you go.
That's a good film. I think it's on Prime.
Oh, okay.
It's on one of them.
I need to check that
out. It was like a straight to Prime or straight to streaming.
Oh, okay.
I think it was during lockdown it came out, was it? Was it 2018?
No, 2016.
Oh, 2016? Bloody hell.
Yeah, 2016 released at TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival. It cost $15 million to make, and it made $4.5 million at the box office. So that's not good.
No.
Yeah.
So we're not going to see a sequel to it, but
I can't imagine. No,
it was a good film. Yeah. So it did come out in the cinema.
Yeah. Yep, it did. Talking to box office. Let's bring this up here. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Have you seen it? Did you go and see it in the pictures?
No, but we did go and see Black Adam.
All right. Okay. Well, we expect a full report in the second half of the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever roars to over $330 million global start. I don't know what that is. Uh, the um, US box office. I don't know what it
That's
is. The US
just
box office,
it
but
just opened on Friday, didn't it?
yeah, 330 million. So I'm a guess.
Pretty
I'm
good.
I'm I'm a guess that Black Adam is no more than at the box office. That's
It's
pretty
been
much
doing
the
okay
kiss of
for
death. It's been doing okay. It's not been
yeah.
doing great.
Mm.
Um, so yeah,
Well, this is heading to
well
the
done.
$1 billion. Unless if this movie isn't as good as the first, um,
And I didn't really
then
like the first one.
you didn't.
No, I thought
You
it was
didn't like
okay.
it.
I thought it I thought it was okay.
Hmm.
It's not my
Well,
favorite. But then
I
again,
like
there's a couple of Marvel
uh,
movies that are not my favorite.
I liked it, but I don't.
Iron
The
Man
word of
3.
mouth think factor with Black Panther
Mm,
really worked well for it. You know, people really enjoyed the movie,
yeah,
so that was the it had a real build, didn't it? Um,
yeah,
yeah, there's movies. I mean, there's movies that I really like from Marvel. The Ant Man movies and this Doctor Strange movies that I really like, but they don't
yeah.
seem to be as
They're
well
not as
received by
popular.
other people. They're kind of graded as B grade Marvel movies, but I don't
Yeah.
see that. You know.
But again, I don't think. I mean, for me, it's the mainline movies, the sort of bigger ones that are the mainline, like the Infinity Saga. So you've got the Avengers End, like all the Avengers movies. Those are the sort of A-list ones,
Hmm.
and then everything else where it's just the separate superheroes. They seem to be like the B-list
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, movies. And I don't know, just maybe it's because we haven't really spent much time, and unfortunately, we didn't get to spend much time with Black Panther because
Hmm.
Chadwick unfortunately passed
Hmm.
away. Um, it, maybe that's the reason why. Is it,
Yeah.
like he just wasn't as much of a presence in those movies that he
Mm.
could have been, but he obviously had bigger fish to fry as far as that's concerned. So maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just that we didn't get a chance, or I didn't get a chance to enjoy the character as much as anyone else did. Don't know.
Um, I don't know.
I mean, it's been passed to someone else. It's Letitia Wright, I believe. That's
So
going
it's
to
a
be.
female Black Panther.
Yeah,
Oh, is it? All right. Is that what they've
yeah. I'm
done?
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've not seen the movie.
We need to see the film. We
Yeah,
can't
we
really
need to see the
comment
movie.
on
I
a
know.
film we've not seen.
I know.
But yeah, I did enjoy the first one,
Mhm.
and then I saw it the second time, and then I'm watching Daniel here trying to pour a 2 litre bottle of Coke Zero
Uh-oh.
into a wine glass.
Into a shot glass.
Don't lean that against the glass.
Yeah, it's going to go.
Hold it. Watch. God, don't put it all over the table either. My God, this is there's a drama unfolding here.
It's. Do you know what it's like? It's like the Crystal Maze.
Right, go for it again. Right, here we go again. Right,
I
he's
can't,
going
I
for it
can't see
again.
what I want to do.
Right, come on, hurry up and get this done. Right, it's fizzing. He's okay. He's got a smile on his face. He's doing
Yeah,
it. It's nearly at the top. It's a bit frothy, but not too bad. Yep, he got there.
got a head
Right,
on it.
top up. No, that's fine. That's plenty. Don't overdo it. Now he's
Don't
got there.
top up.
Right,
Don't
put the
ever
top
top up.
back on.
Same for cars as well.
No,
People,
leave that bit.
when you hear the click of the machine,
Yeah. Do you
you
know?
don't
Do you
top
know?
up.
Do you know what they've started doing here with bottles of Coke and stuff?
Taxing them.
They attach. They've got a wee hinge to the screw top so that you don't take it. It's not loose.
What?
So when you recycle the bottle, you recycle the whole thing. Although Danny's just ripped the whole thing apart. Yeah.
Can you not just rip? Can you not just rip it off? I mean, it's a flimsy. I'm gonna guess it's a flimsy hinge that's
No, you
on it.
can't. No, well, we can because he's just done it, so it can't be.
There you go. Then.
Anyway, that
Well,
was.
there you go. That's successful. Also,
I
does it not
wish.
interfere with the pour as well?
Uh, I thought it might, but
Just a reminder, we're talking about
actually
Wakanda
no.
forever.
Actually, no, it doesn't. And what was I going to say there? Yeah, it kind of makes sense though for it to do that, and then you recycle it altogether.
And remind me again, we hate single use plastics because why?
Oh God, don't get me started.
I don't understand why. It feels like you're adding more plastic to the mix
I
than
don't know,
you're
man.
taking away with it.
Do you know
Let's
that?
make
Do
a
you know my
hinge.
biggest my biggest bugbear about plastics, right? Are the Kenner Star Wars figures, right?
Uh-huh.
They're made of plastic.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
so Kenner, to save the planet, are getting rid of the bubble packs and making it all cardboard of a
So you can't.
product that is made of plastic. What difference is it having a little bit
So you
more?
can't see inside the product
No,
then.
no, you can't see the bubble
So so the whole point of the bubble wrap is or the bubble
bubble
packaging
pack.
is
Uh-huh.
is to see the character, and
Aye.
they're taking that bit away.
Hmm.
Well, at that point, just put it in a plastic
Yeah.
in a bag
Although
then, or a paper
I'm not
bag.
sure. I'm not actually sure if they're doing that for all figures, but I know that I think they're doing it for. They're doing it for the Black Series certainly, but I'm not sure the vintage figures and the retro figures. I think they're maybe still keeping the bubble blister pack thing, but
Yeah,
that bugs me that because it's a plastic. Um, you
plastic
know,
figurine. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
what difference does it make? Just having a little bit more
Or
plastic.
as Anna Marie calls these things, landfill.
Well, yeah.
For
That
putting the
was
bullshit.
another thing I was looking at. Actually, a wee display box for all my stuff because I got some more. I should have done a show and tell, I suppose, but I've
Should have.
kind of Kenobi figures and a couple more to my Mandalorian.
Mhm.
So I'll maybe do that next week.
Cool. Anyway, are you planning on seeing
Yes,
Wakanda Forever this
short
week?
answer. We will see it in cinemas. Yes,
Okay.
I've heard it's quite long though, and I've heard
Oh,
that's
it's
a
a
bit of
bit
a
long.
criticism. But movies are a bit long these days, aren't they?
I said to Anna, I said, "Hey, Black Adam's out in the cinema. You want to go and see it?" Knowing fine well that she's a bit of a Dwayne fan, a Dwayne head, as we like to call him over here. We don't call him that at all. And she said, "No, I'll wait for it to come on streaming." So there you go.
Support our cinemas. That's what I say.
Well, maybe put something decent out so we can go and see it. I do actually. The one I do want to see now is the Fablemans in the cinema.
Or the Spielberg one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Because we're talking about the digital versus,
because it's not digital.
but
Yes,
it
but it looks
looks
digital.
to us to
Yeah,
our daft
our
eyes kind
naive,
of.
stupid eyes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Good news though. Andor has done what what's his face Nemec said, climb in the
Hmm.
ratings,
Hmm.
um, and it's pulled itself out of a nosedive. So this is. I don't understand. So I think the lowest rating on IMDb is like 7.3 or something. But this is more viewing figures than ratings, though.
Hmm.
They're talking about. So it seems that Rings of Power and what's the other one? House of Dragons
Hmm.
had an impact on Andor in that people weren't watching it; they were watching those two shows and
I
not
managed to
Andor.
watch them all.
I think it's one of these things where people are like, well, you know, I've only got so much time and I can only watch so many things,
I think
and
it.
so they chose those ones.
I think it's more a case of it's a kind of unknown quantity, and or
Mm,
it's like although having the Star Wars banner on it clearly isn't enough. You
no, it's
know,
not. No.
they've not got like a Mandalorian or a Boba Fett or well, Luke Skywalker even or Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin. It's Cassian Andor of a kind of one-off spin-off movie. It's like
Mhm.
a kind of, and then this is a TV show.
Do you think there's
Of
that
that.
perception as well where it's Andor is Rogue One is a Star Wars story and it's not part of the main trilogies,
Mhm.
therefore it's not good. Like there's that perception amongst
I think so. It's like
moviegoers.
a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone. So it can't be
Yeah,
that good type thing.
yeah, it's like the
Um,
seventh Michael Keaton clone in Multiplicity.
Great. Yeah, you've done
Like,
that. You've mentioned that before.
have I? Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Uh-huh. No, not that about this, but
Oh, okay.
we've mentioned multiplicity before. It might have been me actually. It might have been me. It's not you. It's me. Uh, Yeah, I think that's definitely the thing. It's the Michael
Mhm.
Keaton multiplicity factor.
Okay.
But
But
if people would
but
just watch it,
here's
they
the
would
thing though.
realise.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the three movies that they made, I know we have disagreements about like the quality and all that kind of stuff of it. People like the two J.J. Abrams ones. They obviously don't like the Ryan Wilson one, the Ryan Johnson ones, right? Rain Wilson ones. Rain Wilson probably would have been a better choice.
Rebel Wilson.
Um, Rebel Wilson would have been a better choice.
Mm.
Um, but I really don't like any of those sequels at all. I don't like Force Awakens. I don't like I hate Rise of Skywalker with a passion. And I have vague indifference. I like that he tried to do something different. I know it broke everything, but at least that was you tried to
Basically,
do
did
something different.
mm.
At
I'd have
least there was
liked.
some new thing there.
I would have liked that to be a spin off and not Luke Skywalker,
Yeah, it might have
as I've
worked as a
said
spin
before.
off.
But anyway, for my money, Andor's the best written. I think it's the best written Star Wars. We've definitely in this the Disney era. It's the
Yeah.
best thing we've had.
Rogue One is definitely my favorite Star Wars movie of the last decade,
I think
easily.
this is better than Rogue One.
But I was about to
Sorry,
steal my line.
no.
But
We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
I think to take something, I think to take something like Rogue
Roll back
One
tape.
and say how can we show Andor's backstory where how he becomes the assassin
Mm,
that we know him to be.
mm,
How do we get to that point and then make a show like this where every single character has a purpose, every
yep.
single character has their moment, every single character, it doesn't feel like you're robbing Andor. Like you felt like in the Obi-Wan show you were robbing us of Obi-Wan.
He did
And
definitely.
and you don't feel like that here. You feel like everything's leading up to some big spectacular
Mm-hmm,
thing.
mm-hmm,
Um, and it's fine if Andor is not the main character in a particular scene because
mm-hmm.
everyone else is so good.
I really think that the Obi-Wan factor, they should have stripped that right back to its basics. Instead of adding all the bells and whistles on it. The different characters and things. And fair enough, have the kind of Inquisitor factor, but
Mhm.
but don't they put too much focus on it? I think in an
Yeah,
Obi-Wan show.
yeah,
They shouldn't have put so much focus on it. That was my biggest gripe, I think.
yeah,
And the Princess Leia thing, she was great, great wee
yeah.
girl and all that, but
Mhm.
too much onus in that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, moving on. Sad news at the House of the Mouse. Disney is going to begin layoffs, targeting a hiring freeze, and limiting travel for its employees. This is obviously coming down from this guy, uh, Disney interim CEO Bob Chapek. I'm hoping he's interim.
and I was going to say, would you know that we don't?
Yeah, Bob Chapek. I don't know. This feels like the nail in the coffin for Bob, but yeah. The problem is they got into the streaming services, and you need to make content for streaming services. This costs a bit of money, and I don't know whether it's. I really don't know whether it's that or if they realized that they weren't charging that much per month for these things, or I don't know, but
I don't know if the Disney Plus has worked out the way they thought it was going to work out,
no.
and I can see that for every company. It's like
Mhm.
Prime. Certainly, Netflix are realizing. Wait a minute, we're going to have to change our ways of doing things. So they're starting to. They're going to be adding adverts. They're going to price things a little bit, but they're going to start releasing some of the movies in cinemas briefly to kind of make a few
Mhm.
if you want to see them early to make some money off them.
Mhm.
Because I mean, how can they possibly keep? They're hiring like Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne
Yeah,
Johnson and Gal Gadot for
yeah,
these big blockbuster movies and not putting them out in the cinema.
yeah.
You know,
There
it's
was,
not
you
sustainable,
mean
surely.
specifically that movie that you might be talking about was on Netflix?
That's exactly the one. I mean, can't
Yeah,
remember what it's called anymore, but
that's the
right.
archaeology one. It was good.
Yeah, I thought
I
it was
thought it was
pretty
funny.
good. I enjoyed it, but they should have released that for a week at least in
Yeah.
cinemas. Before it went to
Well,
Netflix.
Netflix are doing that with their. They have.
That's
They
what I'm
have
saying. They're
one.
starting to do things like that now
What is it
because they've
called?
realised that they need to. You can't just rely on the streaming thing
Yes,
or to bring in new subscribers because I think they've realised it doesn't work that way.
the Genesis song, "Scenes from a Night Stream." Um,
No,
that's
mousey
based
stream,
on no, "Scene from a Night Stream."
all in a night stream, all in a mousey stream.
No, "Scenes from a Night Stream."
Look, dear.
Okay,
No, you buy this. You pay for this. I'll pay for the scones. You pay for the.
"Scenes from a Night's Dream."
Oh, that one. Right. Okay. Sorry.
Aye, that one. uh, Little Nemo rubbed his eyes and got out of bed, trying hard to piece together a broken dream. His
Where
vision
the
is
hell are we going
lifelike
with
and full of
this?
animation. Netflix have secured the rights to the original Little Nemo comic strips, and they've got a movie coming out starring Jason Momoa,
All right. I didn't
and
realise
it's
we'd moved
based
on to another
on
another
this.
story here.
Well, the, it
Oh, sorry.
dovetails quite nice.
Netflix have got
It
right. Sorry.
dovetails quite nicely into that because they're releasing it for a week in the cinema.
Yeah. Aye. Yes. Well, that was my point. That I know, and they're starting to do that with that movie.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the first one they've ever done it with, isn't it? Well, I
No, they
suppose
did Roma. They did Roma.
Roma arguably was the first.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Well, it's
but
not
that
arguably.
wasn't a Netflix production, was
Actually,
it?
the worst. No, it was the Netflix. It was the Netflix. Yeah,
Was it the Netflix? Was
it
it?
was the Netflix. I don't know why I said it like that.
Was it? Oh, it was the. It was the Netflix.
It was.
Turned Irish.
That was the Netflix there.
Hey, the Netflix.
You have that Disney Plus.
on the vision box there in the corner. Yes.
The
Sorry,
thing with the
all
little
Irish
man.
people. We've got Irish heritage. We're allowed to do that.
That's right, exactly. Diddly dee potatoes. Anyway, so yeah, so they're doing streaming. They're doing the releasing it to the theaters. They're doing ad supported as well. So both Netflix and Disney are doing ad supported versions of their streaming service. Which, I mean, at this point, it's cable. I mean, at this point, isn't traditional cable ad supported subscription services? I mean, you pay for Sky, and Sky has adverts on it.
Yeah.
But you're paying for Sky, but you still get adverts.
You see, the thing about Disney Plus is they don't have the problems that Netflix have because they do release stuff in the cinema normally, so
Yeah.
they don't have the problem. I'm just looking at these comments here. So, get that guy out of here.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, he's gone. Bye-bye.
Like, no, we don't want to see your hot photo of your sister.
No, do not.
Jesus, get a life, mate.
These are all bots. They're all bots.
What, the sister bots?
No, 69XXX live.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's all. So they're all bots. All bots all the way down.
Yeah.
If we didn't have bots, we didn't have viewers.
Stop saying the word bots.
Bertie bots. So yeah, so they are trying their best. The big thing is Netflix are now trying live events. They've signed a deal with Chris Rock to do some live event.
I saw that.
Which is also interesting because
so how's that going to work?
It feels like they're just throwing these Hail Mary things.
How's that going to work?
Well, it's just a streaming thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, the streaming thing is it comes from a pre-recorded piece of video or it comes from a camera. What's the difference?
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, obviously it's going to be filmed in America and streamed live, so we're going to have to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning to watch it or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out. I don't see the point in it.
I'm not making the rules.
I don't really see the point in that. Why would they want to do that?
I don't know.
No, go and ask somebody.
Okay, I'll ask somebody.
Ask the cat.
Shall we move on to the next thing?
Okay.
Studio Ghibli released Zen, Grogu, and the Dust Bunnies
Mm.
on Disney Plus.
I must admit, I saw the title for this and went, "I'm out."
So I watched it
I know.
for 4 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
So what kind of style is it?
See this here?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, it's
Is it
basically that animated.
really?
Yes.
Oh dear.
It's a single background, and then somebody's drawn it. It looks like somebody's got like a greasy parchment paper, and they've drawn stuff on it, and then like taken photographs, and then animated it.
Like a hanky out of a Japanese
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah.
Mm.
And there's these things here, and these are the dust bunnies. They're
Oh,
basically they look like coronaviruses, and we'll
They
probably
do.
get a hit for
They
that.
actually-
But they
they
do
actually
look like
do.
coronaviruses. I don't know whether that's what they were going for or whatever. I don't know what it is, but that's what they look like to me.
Anything
And
with the word bunnies in it, at my age, I'm not going to watch.
I know.
Unless, well, unless it's
Anyway, I didn't.
Playboy bunnies, but
I didn't.
oh my god, I might give it. If it was Grogu and the Playboy bunnies, I might have
No.
watched it.
So yeah, I watched it. It's awful. Don't watch it. Please don't watch it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't give them the hits.
I'm not going to do it. Do you know now you
Yeah.
said don't watch it? I'm going to watch it now.
You have to watch it now.
Oh god, it's like do not go in there or do not look at that sign.
Do not go in there.
What?
The issue I've got with it is that it didn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Oh,
It's a very important thing to story.
oh, I've got a spider on my...
Oh,
What is it with me and spiders these days?
I don't
It's
know.
a tiny one, so I'm not scared. Go on.
You know the Grogu shorts that they had.
I think I might have killed it. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Oh,
You know,
oh sorry,
killed
we're on
live
live
on
on air.
camera. You know the Groot shorts that we had.
Yeah,
They were great.
They were good. They were fun.
Yeah. This is not.
No.
This is not that.
Do you know, these are not for us though. These are just kind of trying to, draw little kids into Star Wars. I think,
It's not for kids. They're not going to get it.
Or whatever.
It's
I'm not
not
sure.
cute. Like he doesn't fall over and he doesn't rub his knee and just all those kind of things. It's not good. Anyway, Ted Lasso's Hannah Waddingham. She's signed up for Ryan Gosling's new film, The Fall Guy.
Didn't know this was happening. I don't think.
The Unknown Stuntman. Colt Seavers.
Colt Seavers.
Colt Seavers.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Colt is such a macho name, isn't it? Colt.
Yeah. Played by Lee
Lee Majors.
as opposed to Lee Majors.
Lee Majors is pretty
Lee
macho.
Majors, yeah. Lee
We used to
Major.
love this show.
It was a great show. Yeah, there you go. Colt Seavers.
Is Lee Major still alive?
Oh yeah, he's 70 something.
Heather Thomas, remember her?
Yeah. No, he's a bit older than that. He was born in 39.
Was he?
Yikes. I feel like having looked at this page now, we're going to get terrible news next week.
Gonna get terrible what?
Terrible news about Lee Majors next week.
Oh god, don't say that.
Oh, it's the same thing as Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, Jerry Lee. I was watching it. Oh, we both watched that cringy interview with Dick Cavett.
Oh, Cavett, yeah.
Oh man, that was cringe.
Dick, I got the feeling that Dick did not like him one
I get
bit.
that impression something had happened backstage.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and there was a thing between them.
There was certainly tension there. That's for sure. Dick Cavett is one of the finest interviewers.
Fantastic.
When you look at Dick Cavett and then you compare him to something like the late night equivalent of A Waste of Space, like James Corden, you absolutely 100%. I mean, he's the king of everything. Dick Cavett. He's just a fantastic interviewer. Really good. All you got to do as an interviewer is just wind the guest up and then let them go for it. It's the same as what's his face guy with the red hair, Conan O'Brien, when Bill Burr goes on the show.
Yeah.
Just mention something and Bill Burr will go on for 10 minutes.
Yeah. They don't set up those questions though.
I know, 100%.
Like the feed.
That's the thing. You're the feed guy. Yeah. Yeah. You're not supposed to get, like Terry Wogan used to try and steal the show. It's like, Terry, you don't need to steal the show. Everyone's tuning in for you. Don't worry about it.
The producers in my ear, get on with that story we're talking about. Right, okay, sorry.
Anyway, wasn't Ryan Gosling? The reason why I wanted to brought this up wasn't Ryan Gosling in a movie called The Fall Guys?
Yeah.
With
The nice guys. The nice guys.
Oh, it was The Nice Guys?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With my old Russell, my old mate Russell.
Yeah. It was a great film.
All right, it's Nice Guys. Okay.
I've got a bit of a thing for Hannah Waddington actually.
Okay.
I quite like her. What role do you think she'll play in it?
Probably Heather Poppin Locklear's role. I don't know.
No, I think that Emily Blunt's in it. She'll be
Oh, is
playing
she?
that role.
Right. I don't know.
Aye.
Known for The Fall Guy.
I half expect
Terry Mitchell's.
I half
Terry
expect
Michaels?
who's the guy?
That's who she'll play. She'll play Samantha Big Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Who's she? Zoom in.
I don't know. Joanne Flug. You're right over there.
What kind of second name is that? I cannot shake this cough.
Whole lot of shaking going on.
Long COVID.
So yeah. Anyway, that's coming out next
Nice
year
one.
sometime.
I look forward to
So
that.
Fall Guy.
I'll probably watch that.
Oh, I'll watch it. Especially if they get Lee Majors to sing the theme tune.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah.
What a singer.
I know.
What a singer.
I'm the unknown stuntman.
God,
To make Eastwood look so fine. I used to love the theme song. I look up the theme song for Unknown Stuntman. It's the best.
Quality.
There was that, and remember the movie Hooper as well.
T.J. Hooper.
No, sorry, T.J. Hooper.
The movie.
Yeah, the movie.
The Burt Reynolds. Aye.
That was about stuntmen as well.
Aye, that's right.
That was good. Do you remember the name of the pub that they went to? It was an
Um,
open roof pub. That's the thing I remember about it.
No, but I remember
It's named after a horse.
Black Beauty.
No. Oh, close. Palomino.
No.
Do you remember who the sidekick was?
And Hooper.
It was Jan Michael Vincent was the young kid.
Young guy.
But it was oh god, what's this guy's name? I can't remember his name. But he played Roscoe P. Coltrane in Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
all coming back to me now.
Yeah. Shall we move on to what are you watching?
Yes.
So I put to you the question: what are you watching?
Well, we have been watching I don't know if I can't remember if I've said about this already, but in the past shows, but we've been watching Friend of the Family and Peacock.
Peacock.
Did
you guys get Peacock over in the UK? That's a channel you guys get.
Well, yeah, it's free on Sky. Aye.
Huh.
Yeah, and Friend of the Family.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Anyway, it's basically the dramatisation of Abducted in Plain Sight. Remember that documentary? So it's about the guy that gets friendly. Well, the two families are friendly, and then he shows an interest in the 12-year-old girl, takes her horse riding, drugs her and stuff, and then eventually kidnaps her, but makes her believe that they've been abducted by aliens, and it's all part of a plan by these aliens for them to kind of copulate, and if they don't do it, then our two sisters, one's going to go blind and the other one's going to die or something.
Stuff.
What an absolute despicable guy. Unbelievable. And Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah.
He plays the dad.
Okay.
I'm sure, I think I might have spoke about this last week.
Yeah,
anyway,
you mentioned that last week. Yeah.
we're 8 episodes into that. I think there's maybe more. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure. Didn't feel as if 8 was the last episode.
Yeah.
SAS Rogue Heroes we've been watching.
Oh yeah, you were watching that last week
I
as
think
well.
I spoke about that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, because I mentioned it was super army soldiers.
That's right.
Yeah.
White Lotus has started again, so we've 2 episodes into that, which is great. I don't know if you watched the first season,
No.
but it was really good.
No.
It's really good. We have, in fact, the guy, the guy that plays the kidnapper in the Friend of the Family was in the original White Lotus, the first season.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That's quite a good actor.
Okay.
Movie wise, we watched Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh yeah,
Harry
yeah.
Styles one, what is it, kind of
With
set in the 80s.
yeah, Flopo and Harry
Florence
Styles.
Pugh,
Yeah.
She's great. She's a great actress. Her,
Yeah,
she's
she is.
fantastic. And Harry's all right in it. He's okay. But the film's good. Chris Pine's in it as well. Chris Pine's brilliant in it. I really like Chris Pine, actually. He's really good.
Yeah.
And it's a really good movie, actually. It's really good. There's a twist, which you kind of, there's something coming. It's one of those ones.
Yeah.
It's good. I enjoyed it. I think some people were disappointed with the twist, but I find it good.
It's the directorial debut of Olivia Wilde as well, isn't it?
No, not debut.
It's not debut. Just
she directed. Oh God, what was that? Booksmart. That was her first
oh,
movie.
right. Okay.
Which was fantastic as well.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Don't Worry, Darling looks absolutely beautiful. It's fantastically filmed. Beautiful. Really kind of verging on kind of David Lynch kind of dreamscape type stuff going on.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Black Adam, we saw in the pictures.
Oh, aye.
By God, that film's violent and there's a lot of killings in it. Like,
oh, is there?
Graphic killings. Aye. I was like, is this a 12? Aye. But yeah, pretty enjoyable. Stick your brain in a jar for 2 hours because there's no plot really.
Yeah,
it's just
because there's no way you'd fit all the popcorn in.
Aye,
without that.
Yeah. So it's just kind of scenes, plot. What do you call it? What do you call that?
Movies, cinema,
setups, or no? Anyway, it's just kind of
no plot.
Action sequences.
There's no plot.
It's just really good action sequences.
There's no plot or story. It's just all action sequences.
The action sequences are terrific. They really are. And I don't think Black Adam was my favorite. What is it these days, by the way, that you can, even though it's Black Adam on the poster and it's him, they always have to have like a troupe of superheroes now. Spider-Man does it. He's never had the latest one. He's never had a solo. Ant-Man's doing it with Quantum Mania. It's like a team of them. It's not just one guy. And this one was the same. And I don't even think that Black Adam was my favourite out of the team. It was
really?
Pierce Brosnan's character was my favourite, I think.
He was James Bond.
Danny agreed. That's what I whispered to Danny. He's like, yeah, no. I'm like, you know everything. Apart from how to open a bloody bottle of Coke Zero.
I know. Well, it's because it's got the new flippy hingey thing on it.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's something else that we've watched that I can't. Oh, well, we've been watching Reboot.
Oh,
as well.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus, which has been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's got a kind of quite an edgy vibe to it. And kind of, you've been watching it as well, I think.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I like Rachel Bloom. I think she's really funny.
Aye. So we've been kind of blasting it.
What's his name? Keegan Michael Kay. I always think he kind of plays the same character these days.
He does.
It's very kind of Vince Vaughn-y. Not. It's like Vince Vaughn. It's like watching Vince Vaughn. It's like, oh, it's Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of. Oh, I assume that you'll be like, that the way that Vince Vaughn does it, but
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you go,
But I
oh,
mean,
it's the same with the guy.
yeah, he's pretty solid.
Yeah.
He did that Brigadoon thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
On
Yeah,
Apple TV.
yeah. Sing it in or something.
Uh-huh. I see Apple TV. The
Schmigadoon.
subscription's gone up.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, £2 it's been up.
Oh, that's probably why the family plan went up then.
Yeah. Don't know whether
That's
I
how they
keep it or
get you.
not, but
That's how they get you.
they're pretty. It's been pretty consistent with good shows, though.
It
I have to
has,
say.
yeah. That's the problem.
You know,
That's how they get you.
that's the kicker.
That's how they get you. Because Severance is coming back next year.
I know. Yeah, we've got a few go-to shows on there actually.
The Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell movies out on Apple as well.
Oh, the Christmas one.
Yep.
Yeah. The Servant as well is a great show.
Oh yeah, you mentioned
Really
that.
good, really good show.
I want Invaders to come back.
Aye,
Really
I'd like it to be but slightly better. Though.
You'd like it to be better.
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's like too much of a tease you all the way through, and I thought,
Yeah.
And then when it kind of revealed the aliens, I was like, I don't really like.
So, how do you think they've managed to get like every single episode of Andor has topped the previous one?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they've like these two are going to have to be absolutely spectacular, and I don't mean like pew guns type stuff. I'm talking about high drama.
Obviously, we've watched Andor together.
Yeah,
which was oh my god! By the way,
see that spoilers, but see the bit where he said, "I can't swim." That is the saddest line.
There's so many great bits.
That is the saddest line I think I've ever heard on a show. Is "I can't swim," and he goes, "What?" And he goes, "I can't swim," and it's just
so many great bits. The monologues from
Stellan Skarsgård as well.
Luthen.
Yeah. Where he's at level minus 700 and something, minus 300 and something, and it's still 100 levels to go because they're on some parapet somewhere.
Unbelievable.
Also, what is it with Star Wars and the lack of barriers?
We spoke about this.
I know.
Cost cutting.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Cost too much.
And then Andy Serkis's speech as well, his monologue. Brilliant. Is that the best you can do? He's like, oh yeah. I've just started. I'm warming up here.
I love the bit as well where he screams at the guys on program to them as well.
Yeah. Leader to the last. What a great character. Brilliant. Can't wait for his action figure to come out.
I know.
I'm getting him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrific.
It's weird the fact he becomes a drug dealer though and moves to Mexico, but no. Leads a cartel.
Will he be back for the second season? Because, technically he didn't die.
Oh, Loy. Kino Loy.
Kino,
well, we didn't see him die on screen. And for Marvel, that usually means he'll be back. So we'll see. I mean, Gideon didn't die on screen. Grand Moff Gideon, or whatever his name, or Moff Gideon. Not Grand Moff Gideon, Moff Gideon. So he's back. Well, we know he's back because he did an interview with the cast.
Yeah.
And the sort of de facto showrunner as well.
Good, because I like him. I like him as a baddie.
Yeah, he's good.
Brilliant. Yourself?
We watched Andor. James's request, I watched Candy. Which is Jessica Biel. So Jessica Biel, who was absolutely amazing in The Sinner. Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
With Bill Pullman.
Yep.
Probably one of the most underrated actresses out there. She's fantastic. She's brilliant in this. She's really good.
Is that a show or movie?
Yeah, it's 5 episodes. And it tells the tale of this woman and her affair with a married man and the consequences of that in a small town in Texas. And it is riveting viewing. I watched it in fact, I started watching it on Friday and I finished it on Saturday.
Oh, good.
I just blasted through it all because it was just brilliant stuff from start to finish. So I highly recommend that, Candy. If you don't like Jessica Biel for whatever reason, don't worry because they're remaking it on HBO, and I think it's the same people that gave us The Staircase,
Oh, cool.
because it's based on a true story as well. Um, but it's going to be starring Lizzie Olsen as Candice Montgomery.
All right.
So but yeah, I would recommend the Jessica Biel one because it's fantastic. She's amazing in it. She's got a great supporting cast. Melanie Zelansky is in it as well. Rose from Two and a Half Men. She's in it. She plays the victim.
Right.
Um,
Can I just
always the victim.
Can you give me 2 seconds?
Sure.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, no worries. So after Candy, I thought, whoa, I'm kind of in the mood for kind of more kind of crime drama type things. So I started watching The Inside Man, which is Stephen Moffat's
Oh, we watched that. We
written it.
watched that.
Don't say I'm only in episode 2.
Right.
I'm loving it so far.
Right.
Don't spoil it.
God, I want to talk to you about it.
Right, we'll just wait and we'll talk about
Well,
it
I'm
next
not.
week then.
This is episode 1 and 2. Do you not think he makes the worst decisions?
Oh no, 100%. No, it's the worst. It's
Like, why
if
is
of
he?
all the decisions that you could think of making, none of them are the right decision.
Yeah.
The whole it's mine,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and then the cover up, and then
Uh-huh.
the incarceration,
Uh-huh.
and then just everything else after that. The
Aye.
fact he punched him in the nose by accident, admittedly, but still, all of these things.
Aye.
It's just like this is the worst thing you could possibly do. The
I'll tell you
worst
what
thing.
else. It's also cemented for me that David Tennant is utterly brilliant. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah,
I really do.
him, Stanley. I don't know the actor's name. The big black guy that's in the cell beside them. They're fantastic together. I love their little double act they've got going. Because clearly they've found friendship on death row, and they both understand each other, and they're both good at talking to each other, and it's beautiful to watch. What I was thinking though when I was watching it, because he's got a sidekick, he's got a helper by the end of episode 2, is this could have been a Doctor Who episode.
Really, you say that? Say that.
I say that about a lot of things. About Loki could have been a Doctor Who season, but this could have been a Doctor Who episode because he's got an assistant and it could be like a Doctor Who light episode where he's like, there's some kind of time tunnel or something, and the Doctor can't be there, and all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
Stephen
But
Moffat.
it's great.
Stephen Moffat was the
He was a showrunner for Doctor
just,
Who. Yeah,
just there, wasn't he?
yeah. It was then Chris Chibnall, and now it's back to RTD. Thankfully,
He's no Russell T Davis,
He's
but
not Russell T Davies.
but
Yeah.
you know he's Russell
he's
T
getting
Davies
up there. I mean, let's face it. Stephen Moffat did do Tintin, and that was a good movie. So
What do you mean he did it?
he got a leave of absence from Doctor Who to do Tintin. He wrote Tintin, the Steven
never.
Spielberg. Yes, he
No,
did.
never.
Yes, he did.
I didn't. It was Adam and Joe. No. It was Joe.
Was it 20?
Joe. God, what's his second name?
Edgar Wright?
Edgar Wright and Joe Thingy
No,
that wrote it.
no.
What?
Stephen Moffat, Edgar Wright, Joe Cornish.
Joe Cornish. So I didn't realise he was part of the team.
Yeah, he was
I
part
did
of the
not
team.
know that.
There you go. See,
Okay.
he's done a lot of stuff, good stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm loving it. It's good. 2 episodes.
Well, you will
in,
love it
and
then
I'm like,
because you will love it then because we watched it all.
Because it unravels. I love the whole thing about the. I don't want to bring it up about the senator. That was hilarious.
Uh-huh.
about why the money was getting transferred into his account every time his wife had sex with him.
Yeah.
That reveal was so funny.
Yeah. It's a well-made show, definitely.
Really good. I watched Blockbuster with me and Sam watched Blockbuster the first 2 episodes.
All right.
What a singular waste of
Not good?
talent that show
Not good?
is. It's awful. It's
It's
one of
a
the
drama,
worst.
isn't it?
No, it's a yes, it is a drama. It's supposed to be a comedy. It's awful. All the characters are wrong. In the first episode, I was saying to Sam, I said, "Am I losing consciousness every couple of seconds?" Because at one point she's not married, then she is married, then she's not married, and she's divorced, then she's got a kid, and now she's like in her early 40s, and her kid's going to college, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It just the pacing is all off on the show. It's just awful. 1 out of 10, and that's only because I can't give it 0.
Dang it.
Don't watch it. It's terrible.
I wasn't planning.
I've watched a lot of TV this week. Sorry. We played Triviaverse on Netflix, which is their interactive thing that you can play 2 players.
Oh, all right.
And it's like a kind of general knowledge type thing. That was good fun. Played that. Played a couple of rounds of that. It's not really a TV show. I watched a documentary called Killer Sally, which is about.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Did you watch it?
I think it's only three parts, but
I think so. Yeah, 3 or 4.
Not quite finished it.
Okay. It's bizarre.
I'm halfway through the halfway through the 3rd episode, the last episode.
It's good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
It is weird though.
It's a bizarre world, that isn't it? The bodybuilding thing.
The whole schmoo thing.
It's a very, very strange
weird as well.
World.
Well,
and then he's like a total maniac. Steroids.
Yeah.
Raging through his body.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he had like 5 different types of steroids or something in him.
Not a great combination, is it?
No.
Hunters of muscles. You're, bonkers and steroids.
Yeah.
Aggressive as hell. Jeez, man.
Yeah, I know. Not good.
And then she's like, well, spoilers, but she's kind of
a bit violent.
A bit tasty as well.
Yeah.
War fists.
I watched The Peripheral.
Oh yeah, we've not watched it. It started well. Is it not going well?
It just feels like there's nothing happening week to week. So this week it's like Monster of the Week. It's like do you know the problem?
It turned into Buffy.
I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem with you lot is the problem with the Peripheral thing is her brother and his friends are all super soldiers.
Yeah,
and she's great at this game. So like, who's going to beat them? They're unstoppable. And so when they send the baddie of the week, he gets dispatched in like 2 seconds. Like it's Like they do this whole big setup in episode 5 or whatever it is about this guy and his journey from their house, from his house to their house, and then he gets there and there's a bang, 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 and he's dead. It's like, oh, for the love of it, just...
Yeah, I don't know if we'll continue with that one. We've only watched 2.
It's on a shaky peg as far as I'm concerned. It's not that
There can't be that many more episodes to go, surely.
I can't imagine, no. That's on Prime. I did watch something else on Prime though, which is called The Devil's Hour.
I want to watch that.
Which is her from Jessica, whatever her name is, from Journey Through Space and Time and Call the Midwife. She was the main character in Call the Midwife. And another ex-Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
He plays the guy in the chains. I've watched the first couple of episodes. It's good. It's very, very good. Very, very, very good. Good. So far, anyway. It's from the writer of Wild Bill, the Rob Lowe thing, where he was a cop and he gets transferred from Boston to West Yorkshire or something like that.
No.
Okay. Anyway,
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe, yeah. But this is great. Devil's Hour. In fact, I'm going to go and finish off watching the episode after I finish this.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's and this week I took a wee trip down memory lane and I watched Once Upon a Time in America again.
In Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yes, not Once Upon a Time in America. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
I love it. It's so uplifting. There's something about it just so uplifting. But it's just weird that you could say that about it. But
it is weird because of the climax. But I guess it's that kind of thing. Is like that would have been the best outcome for that night.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
without a doubt. If Rick Dalton and his pal Clint had been there, that would have been the best. Cliff had been there. That would have been the best outcome. So
yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I love that it's like putting on a nice warm pair of slippers for me. Once Upon a Time in America. It's a great feel good
Hollywood.
As much Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Damn, I keep saying America. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It feels like a nice movie. It's very violent, obviously, but it's great.
Yeah. It's brilliant, man. They're both brilliant in it. Leonardo DiCaprio is absolutely tremendous in it.
He's so good as the has-been, as the washed-up actor.
See the bit. I mean, there's so many good bits in it, but the bit when he's in his trailer and he's like, about stopping drinking and all that, and having he's like talking to himself.
That's
and,
right.
God, it's so funny.
Apparently, that was
with a wee girl as well. That scene.
Yeah, but it was so
many
sweet.
Good bits. I know. So many. It was
so
bits.
Nice. The fact that she's at the start of his career and he's at the end of his career, and like she's giving him advice and all that kind of stuff.
And he's getting upset. And then the bit with Bruce Lee, obviously.
The bit.
Man, so many good bits.
If I kill you in a fight, that would be murder. If you kill anyone in a fight, it's murder, you idiot.
And there's the whole thing, the kind of backstory that they kind of don't quite allude to about Brad Pitt's wife in it.
Yes, being harpooned.
May or may not have murdered her. And then she's like sitting with a drink on a boat.
He's got a harpoon gun pointing.
She's like slagging him off. And I'm like, oh God. Just so good, man. So good. I wonder what his last movie is. That's his 9th movie.
Yeah.
Technically, right?
Yeah.
I think he counts Kill Bill as one movie.
Kill
Bill 1 and 2 as one movie. I wonder what his last movie is going to be. Because he says he's only going to make 10 movies. So then he's going to be a novelist after that.
Okay, I was going to say he was going to be a novelist, but is he going to move into like directing TV shows? Because he directed one of my favourite CSI episodes.
He directed an ER as well, did he not?
Oh, did he?
Sure. I think he did.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe he could go into TV directing. It must be an easy gig to do 1 or 2 episodes a year.
Maybe. I
mean, he's
I don't like to talk about this, but he's a big Star Trek fan, and he really did want to do
a Star Trek movie.
He really did. But he wanted to make it the old school.
Yeah.
they go down to a planet from and they
Yeah.
sort things out. And Kirk, has a love interest and all
Yeah.
that. Which
Well, maybe Paramount will let him make it.
a Tarantino version of that would be pretty spectacular.
Wouldn't that be funny if that was his 10th movie? And then
That
he
would
just
be
drops the
hilarious,
mic and then walks away.
That would be funny. Yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly, we watched Enola Holmes 2. That was our Friday movie.
Oh, right. Oh.
Not as good as the first one. I didn't think. Anne Marie loved it.
Not as good.
She said it was every bit as good as the first one. I don't know. I kind of like the first one, but interestingly, it is based on a true story though, which is kind of cool.
What?
Yeah, it's based on.
Oh yeah. I've heard this. The character in it.
Yeah, the Sarah Chapman.
The theme, is based on true stuff.
Yeah.
It's
all great. I love the fourth wall breaks and things like that.
Yeah, me too. I think she's great. Although I do think when you see her in an interview, she's there's something overly she's a bit of a James Corden. Something. Do you know what I mean? There's something kind of overly confident and kind of a bit worrying about how
it needs to be like a clinical term like Cordonite or
I think she believes. Basically, what I mean is, I think she believes her own hype.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think it's I also think that.
I mean, you can believe it.
She's getting.
She is talented. There's nothing wrong with it.
Great.
But it's the same thing as The Rock. I think The Rock is. I think he's aware that he's good at drawing people to the box office, and but he sort of hides it well.
He's humble.
I think he hides it well.
He's humble.
So be more like The Rock.
Yeah, be like The Rock. That's
people's eyebrow and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Be like The Rock.
And that's it. That's all the news that's fit to print. That's all I got to say.
Oh, and I love Nintendo again after.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
getting my OLED.
And I love hard drives.
Nice one.
Thanks. Let's share that with you.
Beautiful.
I'm glad that's working out for you. What game are you playing? What's your game that you're playing now?
I was hoping you'd ask that. I'm playing.
He's no idea. He's lying.
It's a game called Fist, right? But that's not the full title.
And it's Federation of Interstate Truckers.
It's a rabbit that's running about. It's basically a 2D
Fistful
platformer. But the graphics look amazing.
Is it Fistful of Rabbits?
No.
Fistful of Rabbids?
Wait a minute, rabbit. Talk amongst yourselves.
Phantom Rabbit? Raving Rabbids?
No. Forged in Shadow Torch. That's what it's called. Fist. Forged in Shadow Torch. It's it's a 2D platformer. Absolutely brilliant, by the way. Loving it.
Oh, it's Metroidvania.
Pretty much. Really good. And I've also been playing the one. God, that's the one. It's really good.
Oh,
look at the graphics.
Nice.
Yeah. I also got a game. It wasn't cheap, that game, so it was like 30 quid, I think.
Oof.
Yeah, 25, maybe. I think it was 30. But we've got the physical one.
Right.
Also, I've been playing Hellblade, which is gorgeous.
Hellblade.
And I'm thinking to myself, God, I've played quite a lot of this game now, but I get stuck at a bit, so I thought I'll go on the YouTubes to kind of see how to get by it.
Past it, yeah.
And 35 minutes into the video, it's at the bit I'm at. I've been playing this. What the heck? What's wrong with me? I'm practically playing the tutorial. That's what happened to me in Zelda. I thought, oh, beat the game, and it was like the
Is it
tutorial.
is it Sona's Sacrifice? It's called.
Yeah, that's the one. Beautiful game,
Oh
by the
right,
way,
okay. Yeah,
and
it does look
and
pretty good.
and
This is
that's
from a
cheap on
review
the
from
shop
Sona.
just now. I got it digitally
Okay.
off the Nintendo shop.
Is it here?
That's what it looks like.
Wow.
That's
What on the Switch?
gameplay. That's gameplay on the Switch.
My
That's
God.
beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Wow.
So I've been playing that quite a lot. So those two ones, and I've got a couple other ones. A kind of Blade Runner one that's kind of pixely, looks really good as well.
Uh-huh.
Can't remember the name of it.
Oh, I think I know the one you mean. Yeah.
It's really good.
Um,
It's like a free roaming sandbox type game,
uh-huh.
but it's kind of pixel art. But really, really cool. Really well designed.
Did you get to do
Um,
anything in this game other than just walk, or?
it's a little bit like that so far, but I'm assuming it's kind of you kind of have to open up these portal things here, right?
Uh-huh.
But you have to stare at the thing, and then you have to see it in a tree or a branch, the shape, and then that unlocks the door, and
Oh,
then
okay.
these kind of guys kind of try and kill you at some points. You use your sword. There's a bit of fighting,
Uh-huh.
but I'm quite not that far into it, so
Hmm.
you know, I think this is just tutorial stuff I'm doing.
Right.
I think it's going to get kind of this is showing you the kind of the basics.
I was thinking about doing a game about, like, we went to Ailsa Craig when I was across in Scotland,
Yeah.
and about being like escaping the Craig. I thought, oh, it's an interesting game that. So I thought
Aye,
there's a game kind of similar where you go to this island, and it's called Dear Esther, and I was like, oh, maybe I should play that and sort of get a feel of
uh-huh.
like that kind of game. So I boot it up. So you start off almost on Ailsa Craig. It looks it looks exactly like it.
So it's basically the game you were going to make.
That's the game I was going to make. I'm like, oh, there's that.
Oh, that's a shame.
Frick.
That doesn't
But
matter
it
then.
starts off, there's a slip right beside a lighthouse that's seen better days, and the
Wow.
accommodation's got like
Really?
toilets, and it looks exactly like it was
What's
a Craig.
that on?
I'm like, PC.
Aye.
You could easily run it on your laptop. Easily.
Right.
It's on Steam, and it can't be that much either. It must be about $12 now.
You surely must. What's it called?
Dear Esther.
Dear Esther.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out.
ESTHER.
Is that kind of role play type puzzle game?
Puzzle, yeah, probably. I mean, it's probably just a kind of walking simulator, but it looks good. So this is the main menu where you start off. So you start off here. Oh look!
Oh yeah, it is. That is.
I'm like, this is what I was thinking. So maybe in the back of my head, because I've played this game before years ago.
Mm.
It's not a new game. I think it's written in the Steam engine actually. But yeah, you go in here and the first thing you see is the toilet, and I was
My
like,
God,
oh,
that is
man, that's
Ailsa Craig.
exactly the Ailsa Craig. Yeah,
Do you know I did the toilet in one of those toilets?
did you?
Mm-hmm.
They don't flush.
I know.
Anyway,
I found that out after.
I was trying to play. Thanks
Did
for
I? I think I might have done it in the corner
My
of the room.
God.
It went a little bit Silent Hill, that place, didn't it? But,
Yeah, especially the wind died down a wee bit. That walkthrough is from 10 years ago.
That's pretty good.
There you go. And he was his own mother.
Looks creepy.
It does look creepy, yeah. If you like what you saw and you want to see more of this, and you want others to see this kind of thing, then smash the like button and share as well. It really does help the channel out. We do appreciate it. Every share, every like. It's one step forward to world domination, Jody. And don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and you get time reminders of when we put a new video up. But other than that, I think that's us for the night. Do you have anything else you want to?
Stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe out there.
Stay warm.
Let's roll. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.